We are recording. Oh yeah, it's yours. I was about to push record again too. Awesome! All right, guys, I am so excited to be here tonight. As you noticed, the team call is getting bigger. A lot of you probably have no idea who I am. You're like, why is this girl talking? But my team's running in with you guys on your Monday night team calls. Now my name is Jenny, and it is the night that I guess here, Jenna, or I don't know if that helps. Sorry. I am super ADD, by the way, so if I see anything come up, I'm gonna totally lose track. Okay, but my name is Jenny Smith, and we are so excited to be joining you guys, and it just happened to fall on the same day that I was supposed to be coming in to talk to you anyways, so that is perfect. But tonight we're gonna talk about inviting to a sneak peek, because I know all of your teams have a sneak peek coming up, because we're actually all running it together. And this is a huge opportunity for you to start growing your business and start getting to that next level or that next goal that you have, whatever that is. Now, I just want to set the record straight before we start anything, because I know maybe you've been a coach for an hour, maybe you've been a coach for a week, 2 weeks, a year, whatever. It doesn't matter how long you've been a coach, you can invite to the coach opportunity. I am giving you permission right now to start inviting the coach opportunity. I don't care if you just signed up 5 minutes ago. If you're on this call, then you want to be a leader. If you're on this call, then you probably have a goal to grow a team. If you have a goal to help more people, if you have a goal to, grow your income, whatever your why, whatever your goal is, it probably is in some way of growing this business. And you're probably on this call because you want to learn about those things. So get your self-limiting beliefs out the door. We really don't have time for those tonight. So stop telling yourself you can't invite a coach opportunity, because that means if you're telling yourself that, you are literally the only thing holding yourself back from success. I will tell you guys, my first month as a coach, I didn't ask anybody if they wanted to be a coach, because I was like, who wants to be with me? Who wants to be on my team? And I wasted a whole lot of time doing that when I should have just been damn, we have this incredible upline. We have an amazing, Jenna just posted a link if anybody needs it. We have an incredible upline. If you're in this call, then you have a leader, whether it's whoever your upline leader is, they have resources available to you. You also have Epic Dream Team available to you. So if you sign up a new coach, you don't have to know everything, guys. Talk to whoever your coach is and hey, I'm so excited. I signed up a new coach. What can I do to help them? Is there any way you can help me? We're here to help. We want you to be successful. So if you sign up a new coach, we're going to do everything in our power to help you. So I just want that out of your mind before we even start talking about this, because as soon as I bring this topic up, people are always like, oh, well, nobody's going to want to work with me, and nobody is going to want to be on my team. And ain't nobody got time for that, you guys. We're done. We're not talking about it. I need you to believe in yourself. I need you to know you're a badass. I need you to know you can do this. And I need you to know you can fight to the coach opportunity to be successful. Okay? Good. We're off that topic. Everybody believes in themselves, right? So what I'm going to talk about tonight is who do you invite to the coach, or who to invite, how to invite, what to do during the sneak peek, and what to do post sneak peek. Okay? And I'm going to do pre-sneak peek too. Okay, so let's start off with pre-sneak peek. What can you be doing right now today to get ready for the sneak peek coming up? All right, you guys, people have been, I'm like, hi, Jane, what's up, girl? I can't stay focused. Okay, so pre-sneak peek, what you can be doing is you can be posting every single day about the coach opportunity. You can be breadcrumbing stuff, being like, damn, I got my check, $15, paying for me and my boyfriend to go to dinner. I don't know what it is. Maybe you've never even earned a dime in this, but you can be like, I have the best tribe ever. What has Beachbody Coaching done that benefits you? Make a list. I love that. I sit down when you're feeling super charged and excited. Make a list of all the ways this opportunity has helped you in some way. And then make posts up about it. It can be anything. It does not have to be income related. There's stuff all the time that I post about that has nothing to do with it just has to do with how much I have changed thanks to this opportunity. So today you can start posting. I post something every single day about the coach opportunity. I don't post every single day, you should be on my team, you should join me, but I do post about the coach opportunity because I want people to know if I go to your page and if you go to my page, you better be able to tell that I have an opportunity that you can join me in. Also, at least 2 times a week, especially this week, 2 times, I want you guys posting a call to action post, asking people, hey, I'm going to be running this sneak peek. And if you guys, I'm going to post some examples for you guys later because I don't want to spend too much time on examples right now. But things actually saying, we are running a sneak peek. Who wants to join the sneak peek? A lot of the times, I know Jenna does this too, we either put our forum links or we just put the link to the group. Honestly, with it being such a big group, you might want to post an application or you might want to put their email just in case. A lot of coaches are friends with one person. Just thought of that right now. But something that they can click on, something that they can go to. Google Forms, free, easy, takes 10 minutes. I'm not IT savvy and it's not hard to do at all. But you guys don't even have to spend time on that. If you're sitting here and you're like, I don't want to do that, that's fine. Just be like, hey, what's your email address? Or shoot me a message or comment below and I'll get you added in, right? So, and guess what? I did that my whole first year as a coach, and not one person commented and was like, yeah, let me be in your sneak peek. I didn't have a big following. I never had a big following. I could have sat there all day and been like, well, nobody likes my pictures and nobody likes my posts. I'm never going to be successful, right? But I didn't have time for that. I had bigger goals than that. So what I did is I had to talk to people. I had to invite people, right? So yes, what you should be doing and what you need to get in the habit of doing is posting consistently about the coach opportunity, posting call to actions, getting people in there. But realistically, that's not what's going to get people in there. I still will post stuff like that and get crickets on it, you guys. And I've been a coach for 2.5 years. But those are the things to get in the habit of doing because people are going to be going to your page. They're going to be seeing what you're doing. And when they see that for like the 10th time, maybe they're going to be like, you know, maybe I am interested. But a lot of the times, even if they are interested, they're never going to message you and they're never going to comment on that. You have to be, I love, if you know me, you're going to know, oh, she always says this business is like a duck. A duck looks like it's on the water and it's going so pretty and it's like not looking like it's working. And then underwater, the duck's little legs are like super, super fast. That is the conversations we're doing behind the scenes. People look at our opportunity, they're like, they just post stuff and people are like interested, right? No, I mean, great if that's you, but realistically, that's not most of us, including me. It is those conversations that you're having with people. So you're forming with people, right? Like you're starting conversations every day. I hope so. Maybe you're sending, hey girls, maybe somebody liked your post. Maybe it's an old friend, but forming, talking to people, starting those relationships, getting to know them. You should be doing those every day. And maybe for you, it's 3 conversations. Maybe it's 5 conversations a day. Just get in the consistent habit of doing it every single day. Whatever that number is for you, your number's going to be different than me because we have different goals and we're different people. So whatever that is, I hope that you're doing that. So we're going to get into inviting next because yes, you got to be doing that other stuff, but this is the meat. This is what you have to be doing. This does not, nothing you do replaces inviting. So who are you going to invite? Anybody you want on your team. Anybody you think this opportunity can help, which is realistically pretty much everyone. But if you don't want somebody on your team, don't invite them. I like to make a dream team list, like just make a list of people that I'm, hell yeah, I want them on my team. Or people who are commenting or liking on my posts. I want them on my team. Somebody who's a client, I want them on my team. Whoever, like if you sit there and you're like, this could really help this person because I know they hate their job. This could really help this person because she loves inspiring people. Whatever that is, like whoever those people are, you need to invite them because I'm going to tell you something right now. If you don't invite them, I'm going to invite them. I ain't got no problem inviting them. So if you don't invite them, I'm going to do it, or Jenna's going to do it, or Cassie's going to do it, or Stephanie's going to do it. Somebody else is going to invite them. How much is that going to suck when you get on Facebook and you're like, oh, my best friend's a coach, but she's not a coach with me. She's a coach with this like random other person on another team. And then they're like, but you never invited me. And then you're like, but I posted on Facebook. They're like, I never saw your post. You gotta invite people. You gotta send personal messages to people. Stop assuming it's mean to invite somebody. I think it's like a blessing. I'm like, girl, I want you on my bus. I want you at my party. We're gonna have fun. Don't you want these people to hang out with you? And then they're like, oh my God, your party sounds fun. Like, yeah. If somebody says no to me, I'm not like, oh my gosh, it's the worst. Like, I think you have to sit there and think of the worst case situations. Like, they're gonna say no. You're not gonna say anything. They're going to tell you like, oh, girl, you're crazy. I've never had anyone say that. But honestly, if somebody said that to me, I would be like, you know what? I don't really want you at my party anymore. Nor do I want you on my team because you're not a very nice person. But we can still be friends, right? Like, that's not your person. If they're mean, why would you want to be around that person anyway? So you're done with those people. You're going to get over yourself because realistically, the only reason you're not inviting people is because of your own internal fears. You got to think about them. What is this going to do to like better their life? And if you think about it that way, if you're like, damn, this is the opportunity that could change everything for them, then like, isn't it like, wow, what a blessing that I get to invite them. That's so cool that you can do that for people. As soon as you get out of your own way and stop thinking about yourself all the time, it's really cool to be able to offer this to people. Okay? So you're going to invite everybody you want to. If you have a client that doesn't get an invite to the coach opportunity, that shit is mean. That is so mean. I watched a training one time. She's like a 3-star diving coach, and she was a client for like a year. Her coach never invited her to the coach opportunity, right? And then this like top 10 coach invited her, not even her coach. And then she was like, oh, like I can do this too. And then she's like, yeah, of course. Now she's this like rock star coach. And she's like, you know how much it pisses me off that person never invited me to the coach opportunity? I didn't have personal development for that whole year. I didn't have that tribe for that whole year because she was too scared to invite me. This didn't have anything to do with her. This had to do with me, you know, like. And now every time I think that, so your client should be getting coach invites. And when they say no to you or they say not right now, you better be talking about it the next month too. Following up those people. Guys, where am I? This is not where, like, just got way into that. Okay, we know who we're going to invite. Now what are we going to say? You're like, right? Isn't it so scary? Oh, man, no, it's not. Honestly, like, it's like a first 5 times you're like, I don't want to check my messages because I don't want to know what they say. But then you get used to it. And you're like, oh, this is actually really fun. I love sending voice messages. Like, oh, that's my jam. If you're not comfortable sending voice messages, totally just type stuff out until you get confident. But I just feel like when I voice message people, they can tell I'm like so excited. Like I'm so excited about this and I'm so excited to talk to them. So I say things how I talk. So you're just going to have to like make it for yourself. And I'm going to give you guys some examples after this, but pretty much around the lines of being like, hey girl, I don't know if this is something that's up your alley, but I was thinking about you today and wanted to let you know that I'm going to be in New Orleans next week with some of my coach friends celebrating all of our success this year and wanted to see if you would want to check out the sneak peek I'm running. I was thinking of people that I would want here with me next year and your name came to mind. No idea if this is up your alley. Either way, totally fine. Just let me know what you think. And if you're sitting there like, well, I'm not going to New Orleans, then you can say, my coach friends are going to be in New Orleans and I'm going next year. And I'm like, oh, it would be cool if you were going with me because you would be such an awesome coach. Have you ever thought about what I do? Like, there's so many ways that you can word this stuff, but we're like overcomplicating it. Like, just ask. A lot of times they'll be like, I didn't even know you like did something. Like, I didn't know I could do what you do, or I don't really know what you do. Like, what is this thing? Because usually they're just like, I thought you just were like really excited about fitness. Most of the time, I've been doing this for 2.5 years and people still have absolutely no clue what I do, which means I'm probably doing something wrong. But anyways, like people just, they don't see every single post you post. That's why we're doing that. Those legs are going because they don't see that stuff, right? So you're not going to overcomplicate this. Honestly, Jenna, Cassie, and I, and a couple of our Success Club partners, we're doing 20 coach invites every single day this week. You don't have to do 20. I don't want you to look at that number and be like, oh, I'm not doing that. Like, pick a number that you can do. Maybe for you, it's 1. Maybe for you, it's 3. Maybe it's 5. Whatever it is. If your goal is to be a diamond coach, I hope you're inviting a couple people at least a day, hopefully more. It just matters how quickly you want to get there. The more people you talk to, the faster you're going to get to that next goal. The more people you invite, the faster your income's going to grow, the more people you're going to help. I mean, this business is up to you. I mean, however many people you talk to, that's how it's going to grow, right? So you just need to pick that number and be consistently doing it. Now, what I'm going to tell you is this group starts in like 2 days. So I would take some serious time if you want to participate and do more, and send a ton of invites. Like normally I would say get into that consistency of doing like 3 a day, 5 a day, 10 a day, whatever. But now that this group is going to be huge, you guys, because we're going to be going live for New Orleans. They're going to be seeing a bunch of cool shit. Like I would want every single one of my prospects or people that I want in my group, like I would want them in this sneak peek over any other sneak peek. So I would bump up those invites for the next couple of days, would bump up so you're getting a lot of traction about it. So you did it, you got people in the sneak peek, you're like, oh my God, right? And so we're gonna do an introduction. You're not just gonna add your people in there and be like, all right, like good luck. We'll probably do an introduction post at some point in there, and you are just going to comment, introduce them, be like, hey, this is Cassie, and I'm so excited I like to say something about them. Like I like to be like, I'm so excited that Cassie is here today. And I love to use Jade all the time. She's in here because Jade's a college student. So if it's anyone who's in college, I'm like, and Jade Harris, can you tell Cassie about yourself? Because you guys just have so much in common that I just think you like totally mesh. Maybe you don't know, right? Something I like to do is in that welcome, they're supposed to introduce themselves. So they tell you like whatever the questions are, if they have a family, what they do, what their reservations are. I don't know what it's going to be for this one, but something similar, right? And then you hear, oh, they think that they don't have a good enough transformation. And then you're like, oh, look at this coach. She didn't have any weight to lose, and she's very successful. She can tell you all about how she built this business. Relate them to someone's story that they relate to. Because maybe you don't relate to them. That's totally fine. Find someone they do. And maybe you're like, I just started coaching. I don't know anyone who relates to them. Ask your upline, post in your team page, be like, hey, does anybody have a story similar to this so I can share it with them? Because they just need to see it's possible for them. So if they relate to somebody, like I'm a network marketing failure, you guys. So if you have somebody who's in there who's like, well, I did network marketing before, it sucked, I hate it, I'm never gonna do it again, then you'd be like, oh my gosh, you have got to talk to Jenny and learn about her story, because she was like an epic network marketing failure, and now she's like crazy successful as a coach. I wouldn't say I'm crazy successful, but you would say that and make it sound really cool, right? But if you relate them to somebody, then they're gonna be like, oh, I can see myself doing this. And then they can explain how they got over that fear, how they got over what it went to. And so if somebody tags you guys in a post and is like, hey, you remind me of her, do your fellow coach a solid and post something in there, tag them in it and comment on it and be like, hey, I was totally in the same position. I felt the way you feel, but I found that XYZ. Feel, felt, found, whatever that is. But then they'll see that they can do it as well. Make sure that you're participating during the week as well, commenting on everything, making the group really fun. The more comments those videos get, the more likes those videos get, the more news feeds it shows up into. So if you want that showing up in your prospects' news feed, you got to be in there. You got to be commenting. You got to be liking. You got to be liking people's posts, commenting on the comments, doing it stuff. And that's going to take you a little extra time this week, but it's worth it, you guys. If you want that, it's worth it. So just set aside 20 extra minutes or 10 extra minutes of your day to go in there, like and comment everything, and show love to people and be like, I'm so excited you're in this group. Whether they're somebody you put in there or not, that way we can all do that for each other. Also, make sure during the group you're private messaging the person that you put in there. Be like, hey, how do you feel about the group? Like, what do you think? Have you had a chance to check it out? Whatever. Now, after the group is over, you don't just wait for your person you put in the group to come find you and be like, okay, I'm ready. If that happens to you, then you just found like a diamond in the rough. Those people are awesome, but they do not come around very often. So what you're going to do after the group is be like, hey, I'd like to get on the phone with you and talk to you about the sneak peek. Yes, I said the phone. I did not say email, chat messenger, text messenger, get your butt on the phone. You got to talk to these people. And if you're like, I don't know what to say to people, grab your upline, be like, what's a good time that we can all get on the phone together? Get on a 3-way call or a 3-way Zoom. Then your upline can talk, but you can see what your upline does so that in the future, you can get on the phone with people. Honestly, you guys, as a new coach, I got on the phone with people and I didn't even know what to say or what to do. I was just like, I'll find out the answers. I don't know everything, and that was okay. And people still signed up with me because I was honest. I was like, I don't know everything. I just started coaching, but I know where I'm going, and I know what I want to accomplish, and I want you there with me. And they're like, yeah, all right, let's do this. Like, you find out the answers to my questions, and I'm in. But you can get on the phone with your upline and that person. Your upline's not going to have any problem helping you. And yeah, and then here's the thing, you guys, everybody isn't going to sign up right away. I wish they did. I mean, that'd be super cool, right? But most of the people on my team are assholes and they sign up like a year later. Some of you are here. Just kidding. Sorry if you have kids. I should never talk the way I do. But that's honest. Like, look at yourself. Did you sign up right away? If you did, that's awesome. You're a rock star, but realistically, most people didn't. It takes time, and that's okay. But if you completely forget about that person and never follow up with them again, they're probably not going to sign up with you. Like, you have to put them on your follow-up list every couple of weeks just to be like, maybe you're just commenting on some of their posts. I like to ask people, especially after a sneak peek, I should have said this earlier, but on the phone, be like, on a scale of 1 to 10, where are you at right now? If the answer is a 1, they're probably need to be a customer. Right? Not ready to be a coach right now. If the answer is like 9 or 10, let's be like, let's do this then. If the answer is somewhere in the middle, then clearly there's a reservation or a question that's not answered. So you need to be like, what is it why are you not a 9 or 10? What's keeping you from being a 9 or 10? And usually then they'll be like, okay, it is this. I don't know if you guys have read the book, oh God, Get Over Your Damn Self. If you haven't, it's incredible. It's literally like the network marketing Bible in my opinion right now. But I went and typed out every single response she had to objections, and I will share it with you all. I was on a plane, I was bored, and I was like, this will be great. And it's amazing. So I'm going to give this to you guys. But what she asked, she does this awesome thing when people have reservations, being like, so maybe they say, well, it's a pyramid scheme, and I'm really worried about that. And then she asks it's something question, like, what do you mean by pyramid scheme? And normally like, well, I don't really know what a pyramid scheme is, but like, I think it's a pyramid scheme. They don't even know what that is. It's just like a word they heard at one point in their life. Or the most I get, because usually the reservations you get are like similar to what you have, is I have people who are like, yeah, but I'm worried I'm not going to have enough time, right? Then I'll be like, well, how much time do you think it's going to take? Even though there's videos and we talk about time in the sneak peek, they don't see everything. And then they're usually like 5 hours a day. And I'm like, oh, no, girl, good thing we talked about that because it's only like an hour a day. I got you. I'm not going to make you work 5 hours a day. But you have to ask those questions because a lot of the times they just are misunderstanding. So I'm going to share those with you as well, just to help you out. That's kind of like off topic, kind of on, kind of off, whatever. But you're going to continue following up those people. You're going to continue being their friends. I will tell you, Justine Vaughn is a coach on my team. She's like star diamond qualifying. Justine said no to me for an entire year, a whole year, said no to me. Every month was like, you're crazy. And we were kind of friends before, so it wasn't like super creepy, but I knew this was such an awesome opportunity for her. And now she's like, she quit her job. She's like a full-time coach. She's a rock star. And she said no for a year. What if I would have given up after a month? That's so shitty of me if I would have done that, right? And so you have to think about that with everybody. It just takes people time. I have people who have been ghosting me and ignoring me forever, and I still know they're going to be in my team someday. They're on my dream team list. I got their name written down, and I know they're coming. It doesn't matter, right? I had somebody, you guys, I don't know if I should tell the story, but I, Shift Shop, hopefully you're all like promoting the crap out of that. I had somebody fill out an application for Shift Shop that I have been inviting to the coach opportunity and to challenge groups for 2.5 years. Literally has never said anything back to me, but we went to the same high school. She was super active, and I'm like, she got me on my team. She got me on my team. I got her name on my dream list, and she never says a thing back to me. And she filled out an application, and under, do you want to be a coach? She said, maybe in the future. And I was like, duh! Been manifesting this for 2.5 years. She's going to be on my team. I know that, right? Because I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up on her. I believe in her. So I just want to tell you, you just can't. You can't give up on people. All right, where are we at time-wise? Because I'm just talking for a really long time. It doesn't say, like, are we, oh, it's only 8:30. God, you guys, I usually talk for like an hour. You're lucky. You are lucky. So that's really what I got on those. And I'm going to open it up for questions just a second on sneak peeks if you guys have any. But I just wanted to add in there a couple of little things that have nothing to do with sneak peeks. One, make sure that you are promoting Shift Shop right now. There is no excuse. When we have a new program, use words like test group, exclusive, make it sound awesome. I will tell you, I signed up when Insanity Max 30 was coming out, right? Christy made a group or like an event, and it was like Insanity Max 30 test group. And I thought that I got like a private invite to it and I signed up right away, and I called my parents and I was like, I am in Shaun T's Insanity Max 30 test group and I'm totally freaking out. I'm going to be one of the first people to do this program and I cannot wait. And I literally told everybody. And when I did it, I also believed because that's what I was doing. And you guys, like, people want to be the first people to do something. People get excited about this. But if you're not talking about it and you're not excited about it and you're not inviting people to it, they're not going to come to you. They're not going to ask. So you got to create that excitement. I have talked about Shift Shop almost every single day for the last week. And I have 33 people who filled out an application as of this morning. And that is just because, like, I have been crazy Shift Shop. Crazy. And I'm so excited, you guys. And every single person who fills out an application gets an email from me saying, congratulations, is what's in the header of it. And then I'm like, congratulations, you have been chosen as an exclusive member of our Shift Shop test group. And I make this a big deal. I'm having every single one of them sign a contract. I'm having all of them, I'll share all this shit later, not important. But you guys, if you make things big and you make things exciting, they are. If you make things like, nah, it's gonna be all right, I'm gonna try. Like, who wants to join that group? Ain't nobody wanna be in that group. They wanna be in the test group. So you gotta promote that. You gotta be excited about that. So just make sure you're doing that. Also, if you're not going to Summit and you're like really bummed about your life right now, it's okay. I didn't get to go to Summit my first year as a coach because I had a wedding that weekend and I like earned my free ticket, and I thought it was the end all be all of my business. I was like, everybody's going to Summit. I'm never going to be successful. They say coaches who don't go to Summit are not successful. But then I put my foot down and said, girl, you are creating problems for yourself. If you keep telling yourself you're not going to be successful because you can't go to something, then you're never going to be successful. And so I put my foot down and I said, I'm going to watch every single one of those trainings as soon as they come out. I'm going to watch all of them numerous times. I'm going to take notes, and it's going to just be like I was there. And that's what I did. I didn't let the fact that I wasn't going my first year as a coach stop me. I let it fuel me so that I was going the next year and that I was being recognized the next year. And I was like, hell yeah, I'm going to do this. So if you can't go, don't be disappointed. Don't be down on yourself. You're going to be totally fine. If you are going, I can't wait to see you. I'm so excited. And just make sure that you are, something I'm doing like to prepare is there's a bunch of good trainings that are all posted in that Summit group. I'm also making a list of all of my dream coaches so that I'm commenting on their stuff and messaging them, so my posts are showing up their newsfeed. I started a list of posts today too, you guys, that I'm going to be posting while I'm at Summit, because I know I'm going to be super busy and maybe I'm not going to have a lot of ideas. Like, I'll have way too many ideas. So I'm typing out posts now about the coach opportunity and about what we're doing so that I can just copy and paste them and get them in there while I'm there. Sorry, I need to drink some water. Oh, okay. I'm done. So if you guys have any questions, please let me know. I haven't even looked at the chat. Did anyone have questions on here? Unmute yourself, because it doesn't even have to do with what I was talking about.
Yeah, the sneak peek that you keep talking about, like, who's all putting that on?
It is Lisa's team, your team, so Cassie's team, Jenna's team, and my team all together. We're going to do one all together just because we want a ton of participation, and we want them to hear from a lot of coaches who are down in New Orleans, just because, like I said, we want them to connect with someone who has a similar story to them, and we're all very different. So we wanted to see how that, do kind of a trial run and see how this goes. And everybody here is going to have access to that. I'm also going to share with you guys like actual invites after this, so you don't have to like re-listen to this and try to write down what I said, because it was probably not good.
Yeah, and message me too, because I'll post that on the page. Julia.
Yeah.
I have a question. Jenny,
Yeah.
how do you keep everything organized? Like, I know that you always say that you are like terrible at organizing, but like I feel like you always have like all these groups going and like you have all these scripts and all these things typed out, and I just don't like my brain. I'm an organized person, but when it comes to coaching, like I can't get my shit together.
I just want to show you guys my house right now. Stop, I'm really organized. But no, I'm not organized in life, and that was actually like a big crutch for me as a coach for probably a year. I just kept telling myself, I'm like, you're so type B, you're not organized. And then I wouldn't get organized because I was like, you're naturally not this, so you're never going to be this. And then finally I just had to like come to Jesus moment with myself, and I was like, you got to get organized is what I told myself. And it's going to be different for everyone because our brains work differently. And so I've had a lot of trial and error with that. First off, I don't let myself get stressed out anymore. I used to get really stressed if I missed something or if I felt like I didn't do something right, but then it would be counterproductive because I would waste time being stressed. I would waste time being disappointed at myself. And then finally I was like, you got to give yourself grace and do what you can because you're busy and you have a lot going on. And so do what you can and be very intentional with your time. I am incredibly intentional with the time I am working. I know how much time I'm sending invites. I know how much time I'm spending in my challenge group. I know how much time I'm spending doing Hey Girls and adding to my network. And I'm very like, because if you give yourself an hour to send 5 invites, it will take you an hour. If you give yourself 10 minutes, it's going to take you 10 minutes. Like, and that's as simple as it is. And if I'm incredibly busy and like I'm moving 2 days after we come home and have just a crazy amount of stuff on my plate, and it would be easy for me to use those as excuses as to why I can't show up or I can't do things. But I also like, I'm so scatterbrained, you guys, sorry. I think number 1, I have my why written right here, right in front of me. Every time I look up from my desk, it's sitting right there. So it's staring me down. And so anytime I have doubt or if I am like, I don't have time or I can't do something, I look up there and I remember why it's so important that I'm showing up every day. And then I'm extremely intentional with my time. I also feel like if you don't value your time, other people aren't going to value your time. So if I schedule a call with someone and they don't call me or they don't answer me back, they got to prove to me that they can get on the phone with me again because they wasted my time. And that sounds bad, but like, if I don't value my time, if you don't value my time, then I don't have time to run this business. So I do things and I cross them off my list and I'm done. Like I don't spend all day in my challenge groups. I go through my challenge group one time. I comment on everything. I add value. I do my daily posts. I don't go back in the challenge group again because I used to get lost in those groups all day. I could just comment. And then I was like, I'm not helping anybody and I'm not making anybody want to be a coach because they expect that they have to be in the challenge groups all day. And I have to make this duplicatable for them. And so only one time a day I can add that value and I can comment on everything. I can be out of there in 15 minutes, if you're going quick and you're really focused on that. I also, only go through my messages once a day, unless there's like something really important that I'm looking for. Maybe I'll check back in if somebody wants to like place an order or something, but I go through my messages and then I'm done with my messages. I recently watched a training where a girl talked about how she spends 1 hour and she just gets a shit ton of invites done. She doesn't check her messages that day, and then the next day she checks her messages during that time. And then the next day she invites a ton, and then the next day she checks her messages. And it's kind of just figuring out what works for you and with your time, but it really comes down to being intentional. MWF podcast has a really good clarity and focus. If you search MWF clarity and focus, it's really good. And it talks about really knowing what you want to accomplish. Because I think we have a problem as a coach is sitting there and being like, well, I want financial freedom, but like, what the F is financial freedom? Like that means absolutely different things to everybody. So if you don't sit there and write down what the number is, what it is you are accomplishing, it's like shooting an arrow and not knowing where the knowing where the target is. Like that's impossible to do. So I have very, very written out exactly what I'm going to accomplish goals. So that's the number one thing to know what you're going to do, and then being very intentional and clear with your time and really evaluating like where your time is going. Is that moving your business forward? Because creating a really pretty graphic on Canva is fun and I love doing that stuff, but that's ultimately not moving my business forward. I have everything highlighted on my tracker, and if it's half of it's highlighted like a certain color for team stuff, and then for moving business forward stuff, and then like if I have time, like stuff that really isn't that important stuff. And I personally, I gotta have at least 80% of my time going to me. And I got to be selfish because my team's never going to be successful if I'm not successful. So 80% of your time has to go to business building activities. 20% of your time goes to helping your team. And really, that's only if your team's getting bigger. I would say if you're most coaches, I would say it's 90-10, to be honest, especially if you have a good upline that is supporting your team. And I feel like everybody in here does have uplines who do a lot of trainings and a lot of things for you guys. If you're struggling with time, don't waste time creating a new training. Use a training that your upline's doing. Sorry, my throat. But yeah, sorry, that was a long answer.
If no one else has a question, I could kind of piggyback off what Jenny had to say.
Yeah, girl. Because you're the same.
So yeah, because my amazing success partner, I pulled so much from her Ignite trainings and her like new coach trainings. I'm like, oh, Jenny, that's awesome. That's awesome. With the only checking in to your, challenge groups once a day, being intentional. So little things like that. But just really quick, I know we're cutting out here. I was writing down little notes. I use Google Drive. I save all my scripts. So all my groups, pretty much my challenge group is ongoing. So I don't follow a script that much anymore because I have a prep week that I send to my new clients and stuff via email, which I could send to you guys. It's in Epic Dream Team in the file section. But like my free groups, I have a script. I go in there, I post a script. Next hour, right, I'll go in and comment back to everyone. So it's very simple. Google Drive is my Bible for everything. New coaches, GSR clients, GSR groups, posts. I save my really good posts in Google Drive. And like for tracking people, I use Asana for like an ongoing, but like I use hard copy, pen and paper for my month prospects. So I could look at them, be like, oh, I have to follow up with them. My dream team list, hard copy. My Asana is for people like that I need to like, oh, I have to bulk follow up today, or I have to bulk invite today. I go to that list because it's like 400 people. My pipeline is a hard copy that I could look at and go to right then and there. And then Google Calendar.